If you want to check out the entire show, hit the link at the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. Let's be up. Okay, we're moving on to 7 p.m. action. Mercer Bears 5-0 at VMI Keydets, Cameron Hall in Lexington, Virginia. Mercer 6.5-point favorites right now at FanDuel. This total at 148.5. Max cashed on Mercer on this show in their game against Georgia State. Let's talk about Mercer first. Mercer comes in 5-0, but only 2 of those games are against Div 1 teams. They won 83-73 at Georgia Tech before beating Georgia State at home 86-69. They're coming off a 96-85 victory over Div 2 South Wesleyan Warriors on Sunday. They're hitting 50.2% from the field. They're getting great distribution, averaging 20.8 assists a game. VMI has 3 wins on the season, but only 1 is over a Div 1 school. That's their 84-71 win over Longwood. They have lost their 2 other meetings with Div 1 opponents in the 86-65 loss at Penn State and a 64-57 loss at Virginia Tech. They're coming off a 165 win at home over Div 3 Greensboro Pride on Tuesday night. Max, Mercer, VMI, take it away.
Yeah, with this Mercer team, this is going to be a much different Mercer team than VMI played against last year in conference basketball. VMI basically needs to understand that with this new alignment for Mercer with Ross Cummings, Neftali Alvarez, and Felipe Haas, you're going to get a different structure of scoring. You're going to get a lot more penetration to the rim, a lot more what I call greasy types of buckets. And I think that they're going to do this by winning on the glass. That's going to be front and foremost for Mercer in this game. With Mercer, you do bring back some guys that have some experience versus VMI teams, so the playbook will be there on how to play them. Because for the most part, this VMI team does bring back their main significant pieces from last year, including Greg Parham, Bubba Parham's brother, the Georgia Tech transfer. So with VMI, it's going to be imperative for them to get off to a good start versus Mercer. Mercer and VMI have both done a good job in first halves of getting their points up, getting their shots, and getting their offenses going, both averaging around 40 points in first halves. That obviously leads me to think, well, I do think that this is a game that does go over the 148. I do also want to get on some number in the first half when it comes to the over. I think that with this Mercer team, you're going to get probably 40 points, maybe 40 to 50 points combined from your trio. They're all 80% free throw shooters. On the VMI side, you have very good free throw shooters aside from Greg Parham, who I think is like 60%, but he does contribute 15 points per game and 48% from the three-point line. Miles Lewis is going to do the dirty work on the glass, even though he's only 6'5". This VMI team does have limited depth, so with Mercer's style of play, especially if it's bruising style of play, foul trouble could come into play for VMI and help Mercer when it comes to covering the spread. The one thing with VMI that you have to be aware of is, even though Jim mentioned the quality of opponent, the three-point defense is there. And if you can close out and you can close out without fouling, I think that's pretty textbook. I think that it's obviously your opponent and how fast they're able to get their shot off plays a big factor in that also. But in this matchup, I just think that the talent is going to overcome the less talented squad. I think that the number is getting a little out of hand when we're talking about 6.5, but I do like the over in this game, and I will be looking for a first half over also.
Well, I have some good news. Bet365 is hanging a better number on both. It's -6 at Bet365. It's also a point less. It's a 147.5 at -110, whereas the 148.5 at FanDuel is -106. Can I lock you in right now on the over 147.5 at -110?
Yes, you can.
Let's do that right now. Over 147.5 at -110, and that's from Bet365, and that is locked in. What number should I look for? What's your limit for the first half? Do you have one?
For the first half, I'd probably be looking for something around 70.5 to at most 72, maybe less. Something in the 60s, absolutely, but low 70s.
70.5 to 72. So I'll just put 72 as the highest.
Yeah.
Limit first half, limit 72. I love it.